I'm standing in my own driveway, staring at the empty spot where my truck used to be. There's a scratch in the gravel from where they dragged it without even lifting the wheels. I pay $1,500 a month for this house just to have some guy in a vest steal my property. I called the company Apex Towing, and the girl on the phone actually laughed at me. She said it was in a red zone, but there is no red zone on a private cul-de-sac. My dad's old toolbox was in the back of that truck. Stuff he gave me before he passed. I drove down to their lot, and the manager wouldn't even come out of his office to talk. He sent a guy out to tell me it would be $400 to release it, plus storage. I've worked 40 years to not be bullied by a guy who smells like cheap cigarettes. I told him, "You're making a mistake," and he just flicked his cigarette at my shoe. I didn't call the cops, because the cops in this town are friends with the tow companies. I called the guy I knew from the old construction days who operates a heavy-duty wrecker, the kind of rig that pulls semi-trucks out of ditches on the highway. I told him exactly what I needed, and I told him I'd pay double his hourly rate. We waited until the lunch rush, when all their drivers were inside the office eating. Their main flatbed, the one that took my truck, was idling right in front of their bay. My guy backed that massive wrecker in there like he was born for it. He hooked their shiny new Ford and started lifting the front end. The manager came running out, waving his arms and screaming like a toddler. He's yelling about theft and calling the police, and I just stood there with my coffee. I told him, "It's in a red zone, buddy," even though we were in his own lot. He tried to jump on the running board, but my guy just kept the winch moving. Watching that tow truck dangling in the air was worth every cent I spent. That was the money I'd set aside for the bathroom remodel, but I don't even care. We hauled it 3 towns over to a scrapyard owned by a guy who hates Apex too. I got my truck back eventually, but they had to explain to their boss why a truck was missing. You can't talk sense to a crook, so you just have to beat them at their own game. Seeing that manager's face in the dust of his own parking lot was enough for me. Using a heavy wrecker to tow their flatbed is legendary payback. Have you ever had to deal with a business that thought they were above the rules?